Man, the Nomad N4 is one of the most surprising bikes I've ridden in a long time. I thought this thing was just gonna be a smash and grab big park bike, but man, this would make an incredible do-everything trail bike if you mostly are descending. So composed everywhere. Really impressed with this big bike. Hey, what's up guys? Out riding the 2018 Santa Cruz Nomad. Man, this thing is so sick. I couldn't wait to get out and ride this thing. Finally got the opportunity. The guys at Go Ride in Draper, Utah called me and said they got it in. Thanks guys for letting me take out bikes. If you want to go look at some, they got 2 or 3 on their showroom floor right now. Go check them out. I was extra excited to get out on this new Nomad because I've been riding the old Nomad N3 for the last couple months. Loving it, fun bike. Wanted to see how different it was, see if it still climbed decent for what a big bike it was. And today I'm on the XE build. So all the good suspension bits, nicer lyric, and still decent brakes. Go to Santa Cruz's website for all the details on the different build kits. Climbs pretty good, you know, I'd say. Need to spend a little bit more time on it, but so far, I'd say it climbs about the same as my old Nomad. The real question is what it's like coming downhill. My name's Jason, I'm 5'8", weigh 140 pounds, and I'm riding a size medium today. I would say the reach on it feels a little longer than the previous Nomad. And man, I've also spent a lot of time on a Santa Cruz high tower. If you've watched my videos, I'd say the reach is probably more similar to that. Kind of feels more like that medium high tower. At any rate, if this is your first time checking out our channel, we do bike reviews. Stick around, hit the subscription button, hit the like button. For those of you guys who've been around for a long time, welcome back and thanks for sticking around. On this new Nomad N4, now I'm putting that climb switch into the climbing position on the shock, on the rear shock. I feel like it makes a real difference, you know. I definitely like climbing better with that shock in the climbing position. That might sound stupid to some of you because you're like, well, yeah, duh, put it in the climb switch. But a lot of bikes, even big bikes with a lot of travel, I leave them in the open position and it still feels pretty good. But I definitely like it better with the shock switch in the climbing position. The suspension switch or the climbing switch or whatever. This bike, when you're just pedaling along like flat stuff, I thought it would seem kind of vague and dull, but it still feels good. That rear shock's really supportive. And I just think, man, this is a better trail bike than I originally thought it might be. I thought it was just gonna be a really big park bike. And you know, trust me, it'll do just fine there too. But I'm really surprised that it's kind of trail bike characteristics, where I thought it was going to be really a lot bigger bike. So anyway, overall, man, I gotta say I'm really surprised at this new Nomad. It picked up where the N3 left off, and that old Nomad was a great bike, but this is, man, I would say, yeah, it's a nice bike. It's worth selling your old N3 to get this, I think. All right, we just about got to the top. We're gonna head down Jacob's Ladder here and see how this new Nomad does. Oh, I love riding big 170 millimeter travel bikes. Just so cush. See if we can catch up to Zach up here. Oh man, this bike feels dang good. It's always hard trying to keep up to Zach too, because he rides bikes like he stole them. Oh man, that feels really good. Oh. Man, I like that rear shock better than the N3. It feels a little poppier actually. just so composed in all this stuff. And like right there, I kind of made a little mistake coming out of that turn right there, and that lyric just eats it up. I love that about these big bikes. They're so forgiving. Oh, that feels really good. And I'll be the first to say, guys, Jacob's Ladder is not the perfect, test track for a big 170 mil Nomad like this, but it's probably better suited for a big park, and some shuttle riding up in the lift service. But it's still a lot of fun on a trail like this. Nice, Zach. Come through, hit this little dropper. Nice. Roll through all the braking bumps. Feels good. Oh man, dude, that makes easy work of Jacob's Ladder, that is for sure. We need to get this on a bigger hill, man. Dude, that was sick. Dude, definitely different. Definitely different. That rear shock is definitely different. I feel like this, like at speed, is still like poppy and lively. Where the old bike, the old N3 on that old shock, the way the suspension ramps up, or maybe it's the shock, I don't know, it doesn't feel as poppy and snappy. Zach was also pointing out, and I didn't even notice this, but if you look at right here on the down tube of the new N3, it's got this big guard right here and the guard down below, just carbon through this section. And on the old bike, it doesn't have this right here. I think they put it on there for protection, but also for just when you're throwing it on the back of your truck, on the pad there, so it doesn't rub on the paint. So maybe dual purpose there. Anyway, man, dude, I like this bike. Hey guys, I just got back from my ride on the 2018 Santa Cruz Nomad. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm probably more surprised by this bike than any bike I've ridden, because everything that I've read about it on forums and other people's reviews talk about how it's such a big bike and it's like a park bike almost, which I think it is. But I was really surprised to see that on my trails, which aren't super rowdy, it was still a lot of fun. It's a good trail bike. And maybe the main thing I wanted to point out to you is that the rear shock is so supportive all the way through the travel. It doesn't ever feel like it wallows in the midsection or down low. I think it pairs with the lyric up front really well. Man, I just was blown away by this bike. I'm 5'8". I rode a medium. My buddy Zach's 5'10". He spent some time on a medium also and thought that fit him pretty well. This particular one, the XE build, comes with an E13 cassette out back, XT bits for the drivetrain, and then guide RSC brakes. And then you get the better suspension here on this build. But you know what? I was really impressed with the whole bike. It was, man, you got to get out and demo one. It's not the bike I would pick to go climbing on every single day. It's probably climbs about as good as my old Nomad. Maybe not quite as good as the old Nomad. I need to spend more time on it, but man, really impressed with it. I like this bike a lot. Anyway, I hope the video was helpful for you guys. For any comments or questions, put them down below and I'll be able to answer those as quick as I can. Thanks, guys.